Hey, my name is Jordan Kelleher. I help people buy and sell private small businesses. Today, I wanted to review a landscaping business for sale out of Illinois, just to get you kind of a perspective on how to look through listings and find good deals. So, the title of this one, $234,000 owner income landscaping service, design, build, landscape. Alrighty, out of Cook County, Illinois. So I'm not too familiar with that county and where that is. With a business like this, probably some research on the area and competition in the area is going to be pretty important. Maybe the household income, but we'll take a look and see what the split is if they provide it for residential versus commercial. But landscaping industry really good. Illinois, obviously Midwestern state, they're going to have probably some seasonal income here unless they provide winter services for maybe plowing, shoveling, things like that. So let's jump into the numbers here. We got an asking price of just over $1 million. We've got advertised cash flow. This would be the free cash flow, I'm assuming, since it's the same as the EBITDA. So free cash flow, $243,000 with an EBITDA of $243,000 as well. As I mentioned, I like focusing on this number. It is more of an accurate representation of the business's earnings. Now, keep in mind, the broker is the one filling this information out. They're all going to fill it out differently. That's the issue with a lot of these listing websites and listing platforms, BizBuySell, BizQuest, Businesses for Sale, LoopNet, Axial. They're all going to have different metrics of measuring the profitability or the earnings of the business. And again, I always like to refer to EBITDA. Now, it is on the buyer's responsibility to make sure that this EBITDA number is correct and that they're actually measuring this number correctly. As I'm sure you're going to find out, if you've done this process before, these numbers tend to be inflated. They move, I wouldn't say they move things around, but, once you actually get into the profit and loss statements after signing an NDA and start reading through these line items and combing through their books more properly, these numbers tend to be different, higher or lower. It doesn't matter. These are the numbers that the broker are putting in. So just keep that in mind, right? So again, free cash flow 243, gross revenue $373,000. Then they've got inventory of $275,000. So not too high in sales, with an EBITDA of 243. So right there, they're not doing as well as I thought they're going to do with the asking price. So what are we selling this at? What multiple are we selling this at? And what do I even mean by that? Businesses are bought and sold for a multiple of what they earn. So you usually take a look at their earnings, you apply a multiple to it, and that gives you the asking price of the business. But how do we know if we're in a fair range for the asking price? Now, I've already pulled this up. If we jump over here, I simply just Googled what multiple do landscaping businesses sell for. Right here, based off of BizBuySell. This is Texas. It's going to be pretty similar to Illinois, I would imagine. Earnings multiple ranges from 1.99 to 2.86, so with a median of 2.37. So, if we take that information, now, of course, other factors are involved here. And I'm sure, again, this is being listed by the broker. I'm sure they're going to try and go for the highest side here. But let's just keep that 2.37 in mind, right? Okay. Oh, and lastly, these BizBuySell reports are typically based off of businesses that have been sold. So this is based off of reports of businesses that have sold off of their platform only. So this isn't really a good measure of the industry as a whole. It's just a measure of businesses being sold off of their website. And so forgot the number here again, 2.37. So let's keep that in mind. So if businesses are bought and sold for a multiple of what they earn, they're claiming they're earning $243,000. So 2.37. So 243 times 2.37 would be a accurate asking price. Now let's see where they are at. I'll get this out of here. So basically, we're just going to take their asking price, and we are going to divide it by the advertised earnings that they are saying they're making of 243,140. 4.1. So they're using a multiple of 4.1 on this business. We just saw it should probably be closer to 2.3. So right there, I think we're running into some issues. I think they're asking for a little bit too high of an asking price. Um, so if we take their earnings and we actually apply the 2.37 median, yeesh. So we're looking at almost half of what they're asking. And this is kind of the thing about buying and selling businesses. It is a little bit of the Wild West, because there is no official appraiser that comes in. A lot of the times, these brokers will run in-house valuations, meaning they will run these numbers themselves to get to the asking price. And then when they sit down with their client and they go, "Yeah, I can sell your business for $1 million," it's a lot easier to sign up a client when you say you can get them $1 million, when in reality that probably isn't the right price expectation to give to your client. And so this is some of the issues I have with the industry. Is people really try to inflate these businesses, unfortunately. So I don't think we're at this $1 million price. But I don't know. I have not signed an NDA. I have not seen the business. I have not looked at the financials. I have not looked at the tax returns. I don't know anything about this business. And to get more information, you do have to sign an NDA. So I don't want to rag on it too much. I'm just looking at the numbers provided, and I think we're asking too high of an asking price already. But this is a good industry. It is a high demand industry right now for the mergers and acquisition space, for especially the small business space. So I would be fine with them demanding on the higher side, maybe even getting closer to a 3, but I just don't think we're at over a 4 multiple for this. So let's move on, though, and read the description. Long established full service landscaping company, design, build, plant installation, paving, construction, drainage, lighting work, a true full service landscaping company, 400 diversified clients. So I don't see anything about maybe any winter services. So I would be very interested to look at their profit and loss statement broken down on a monthly basis just to see what it looks like in those winter months, because there could be an opportunity here to add some growth to the business, bring in some more sales with some winter services. 400 diverse clients is a great sign. Government, corporate, and residential, that's a great sign. I'm going to assume probably some of them are under contract, which is a really good thing. So when you buy the business, you have clients that are already signed into a contract to do business with you, which is always a plus. I'd be curious what some of these government contracts are. But this is an industry, obviously, you can grow as much as you know how to grow. I think social media would help a lot of these businesses, these landscaping businesses grow, just because you can do a lot of damage with social media with a business like this one. So recession and COVID, resistant, consistent income, long-term employees, that's a good sign. $275,000 of inventory goes to the new buyer. So this inventory is actually included in this $1 million asking price, which is good. Real estate sold separately, add $490,000 to the real estate. See, now this is where, so price includes business-only real estate, add $490,000. So they've got a good price on the real estate. I mean, actually, I don't know the real estate, but what I mean by that is they probably had an appraiser come out and get an actual appraisal on the real estate. So you know the price, and there is not a lot of moving from that price on real estate because you've got market comps. And it for the most part, it usually is what it is, right? Whereas the business is a little bit different because they're already at $1 million. I think we're around 500, maybe 600,000. Unless you wanted to add on to the real estate, then we're probably closer to $1 million. But again, I don't know anything about this business. FF&E is furniture, fixture, and equipment, which is also included in the asking price. So that's good as well. Established in 1996, love to see that. I talk about looking for established businesses. If you're looking to buy a business, you usually want to find something at least 5 years old. Very minimum is 3 years, but you usually want to find something at least 5 years old. Best case scenario is 10 years or older, so this does hit that criteria, which is a really good sign. Cook County, I would do some research on that area. What's the household, average income? Inventory included in asking price. We saw that. Real estate's not included unless you want to buy it for $490,000. 9 employees, I would definitely want to know who those employees are, what their roles and responsibilities are, how many hours are they working, and are any of these 9 ownership, right? So let's say it's 1 or 2, that means you're losing 1 or 2 when you buy the business. So I would want to know more details on these 9 employees, but that is a good sign. Furniture, fixtures, and equipment, we went over that. That's included in the asking price. Competition growing. Growth and expansion, add sales staff, distance of service, social media. There you go, kind of what I was alluding to earlier. I really think you could do some damage with social media here. Honestly, a simple Instagram account and filming before and afters, filming, some nice lawns that you've done, whatever it is, right? That does grow an account and gets attention, and I think that would help tremendously. Automate the client communication, so maybe some better operational processes there. 30 days free training to new buyer, reason for selling, retirement age. So this could be, again, another baby boomer selling their business. We are hitting a massive wave right now of people in that age group starting to retire, and maybe they don't have kids to pass the business over to. They don't know what to do with their business. They don't want to close the doors, and so they are selling their businesses. So there's a huge transfer of ownership happening right now, which means a huge transfer of wealth happening right now. I really do love this industry. I think there can be a lot of money made in this industry. I think finding growth opportunities like that social media strategy, tightening up operations like they had suggested, expanding your services, adding winter services, I think would be great. But the first thing I would want to do here if I inquired is, obviously looking at the profit and loss statements, but I want to know more about these 9 employees. That's going to be really critical. Employees are the backbone of a business. I want to know how involved the owner is themselves in this business. Are they going out and cutting lawns themselves? Because that might not be a good fit for me then. But ultimately, I think we're too far off on the asking price here, unless there's something that I don't know about, which very well could be the case. But I think we're listed too high. But again, there could be something I don't know. So overall, pretty good business. I like it. I like the industry. I like the opportunity for further growth. I just think there needs to be a discussion around the purchase price. So I hope this helps. Again, if you have any businesses you want me to take a look at, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But feel free to reach out with any questions or comments you have. If you're looking to buy a business, let me know as well. If you're looking to sell a business, let me know as well. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped.